Okay, so today we're gonna do a 1 hour plank tutorial on the plank. Okay, so the plank is a very complex exercise, guys, because all you do is lean on your elbows and keep your body straight. It's probably the most complicated exercise. I'm just fucking with you guys. All right, this is gonna be the easiest thing ever. So there's gonna be a repeat because we're teaching the plank. We're teaching all the plank exactly the same way. All right, so we're gonna get started with the first plank over here. We have a elevated plank to pike. Oh, yes, guys, I want to congratulate Karina Roja for winning the micro at our last micro event. And then again, remember that, for all of you there, if you want to win micros, we have Heather and I, we do always like contests and giveaways and stuff like that. So make sure to follow us at Lagree Fitness. Okay. And then we're doing another event Saturday, June 12th at the Intercontinental, fucking say this one, man, I swear. Intercontinental, I can't fucking say it. Intercontinental Hotel in San Diego. So join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have 4 classes right there on the hotel property. You've probably seen Elevate. They have posted some beautiful pictures of people working on the mega at the sunset. That's going to be the spot. So I'm very excited about that. And then next week we have another event, another tutorial. Obliques, yes. So next week, finding obliques. So that's going to be, we'll probably have to do 2 parts. It might be 2 parts because this machine is an oblique killer. Okay, so now let's get going on with the plank. And if you have any questions, hello from Sydney, Alan. So if you have any questions, please pop them into the chat box, and then Christian will forward them to us, and then we will do our best to make up an answer for you. I'm just to tell you the answer, all right? We don't make up anything in Lagree. We just create it, okay? All right, let's go into the plank. So for the plank, we're gonna put a black spring. However, the white spring is coming up. It should be arriving, if not this month, early next month. So we will start using the white spring instead of the black spring because the white spring is lighter than the black spring. So the elevated plank is basically this. You have your feet on the carriage, and you place your hands on the platform. And if I can have my body cam, I'm gonna use my body cam, and I'm gonna show you how Heather is grabbing the handle. So you see how she's wrapping her fingers around the bar? I call this anchoring. Show me when you should put your hands flat. So some people put,
2.
there you go.
Place your hands on the floor in front of the front platform and anchor your feet on the carriage.
Okay, so if you put your hands flat like this on the platform, this is not called anchoring. And that is for the micro or the mega, okay? Or even the proformer. You want your hands to grab the edge. If you don't want to grab the edge of the bar, you can also grab the edge of the platform, and that's called anchoring. When you wrap your hands around the edge like this, basically you are securing your position, and that's what I want. By anchoring your hands, you are securing your hands so your hands cannot go, they can't slip, they can't fall, they're always in the same position, okay? So when you do the plank, you're gonna anchor your hands on the platform, whether it's on the platform or the ring of fire, which is the bar around the platform. Shoulders are going to be in their sockets. You don't want the shoulders to go up to the ears. Shoulders are down, okay? Because we're not working the traps, okay? I like the little delay there. That's funny. Keep the shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles all in one straight line. So if I had a magical pen, Christian, do we have a magical pen today? So Christian is going to draw right here the straight line that starts from the shoulders all the way down to the feet. You want this line to be completely straight. However, in that line, in that body alignment, the lower back is going to slightly be in and the upper back slightly out because your spine has a natural S-shaped curve. It would be unnatural to have a spine that is straight like a ruler, okay? So we do not want that. Our objective is not to have the spine straight as a ruler, but our objective is to keep the natural S-shaped curve in the spine. And that's how you do an effective plank. If you do the plank right, you're going to feel it where? shoulders, triceps, chest, abs, and thighs, okay? You should not feel this in the neck or the lower back. If you are doing it, if you feel it in the neck or lower back, your alignment is not correct, and you need to change that. Now, this is called the elevated plank. From there, we can do an elevated plank to pike. You can, and when you do an elevated plank to pike, if you look at Heather's position right here, look at the shoulders. As she moves the hips back and forth, look at the shoulders. They are not moving in space. They are staying exactly in the same point because she's piking from the abdomen. A lot of people, when they pike, they basically throw all their weight forward, and they have no choice but to move the shoulders forward. And Heather, can you do that for us? Can you do it the incorrect way? So literally like this, you see how she's moving, and it's so much force on the shoulders, and she can't pike as high, and she's no longer pulling from abdominal muscle. She's straining her neck and her traps. So very important to keep the shoulders in exactly the same position when you do the plank to pike. Again, if you can't, when you do the pike, the objective is not to pike as high as possible, just a little bit of initiation. So just to initiate the piking is sufficient muscle stimulation. When you pike up, you're going to contract mostly the transverse abdominis. This is where you're pulling from. So you're going to feel the navel being sucked to the back of your spine. That's the transverse abdominis being engaged, okay? So when you plank to pike, you're going to keep the shoulders in the sockets. You're going to keep the shoulders and arms exactly in the same position in space for the entire minute. The shoulders are not moving. And you're going to pike from the tailbone. And right over here at the tailbone, pretend that you have a cable, and the cable is actually pulling the hips straight up to the ceiling. And you're going to feel this deep into your abdominal muscles. You're also going to feel the lats. I forgot to say that if you do this exercise right, you're going to feel the lats, shoulders, and triceps area, because these are basically your paraspinal muscles. They are helping you to support the spine in that movement. And you can rest on your elbows. Any questions so far? No? Plank to pike, pretty easy. I love this exercise. It's a very easy exercise to do. Very effective. Matter of fact, if you guys want to get the greatest abdominal development, you're going to do it by planking. You know, the planking is the best way. It's the best way to stimulate all your abdominal muscles that we often refer as to the core. Okay, if we have to refer to the core as one muscle, I would say it's the transverse abdominis. But when I talk about the core, I refer to each exercise which animates from the transverse abdominis, but is also working the entire rest of the trunk, and then the shoulders, and then the hips. To me, that's the core exercise. So lunges, all this exercise are plank. Do you want to add anything to that? Yes. Yeah. Okay, so that's the modification, guys. So that's plank one, all right? Plank one is, instead of the elevated plank, is when you have your hands on the platform and then your feet on the carriage. But you can also do a modified plank where you basically, oh, and then Christian, you can stop that animation right now. Thanks. You can have the knees on the carriage and then the hands on the platform. So that's going to make the exercise a lot easier. And if you can still not, and then remember, and then now that the Heather's knees on the carriage, you can see she still has that body alignment. It's a straight line, okay? On those animation, I put a green line because that's what you want. You want that green line. Thank you, Christian. You guys see that? Magic of television, guys. Boop, line is appearing. All right. Now, if you want to make this exercise even easier, you drop on your elbows, okay? Same thing. You're looking for the body alignment. Christian, one more line. Shoulders, hips, knees, right? So the body alignment is going to be the same. If you want to have your feet down, you can. If you want to lift your feet up, you can. I honestly don't care. Some people like it when they have the feet up. They feel that they're basically more unstable. They feel more core engagement. Works for me. Some people like to put the knees together or the knees apart. I don't care. What I care about is one thing only, or two things. Shoulders remain in the sockets, and then I want the perfect alignment from shoulders, hips, and knees. I'm also looking for the natural S-shaped curve, which you see over here, going up and then down that way. Natural S-shaped curve. Okay, perfect. That's a great shot, actually, that top shot. So that's plank number one, okay? Plank number one is done with the hands or the elbows on the platform, knees or feet on the carriage. Then we have plank number two, because the thing is this: when I created the micro, I didn't create the micro to do the sexy back. I didn't make it to do the chest opener. I didn't do it for the scrambled eggs. All I created the micro for was 2 exercises only: lunges and planks. That's it. Okay. And all their variations, of course. Why? Because these to me are the 2 most important exercises that you should do on a daily basis. On a daily basis. Okay. And I think you do a minute plank, 2 minutes of lunges, and this is pretty good. Most of us are never working out anyway. So these 3 minutes go a long way for many people. But these are very important exercises. Now, we have plank number 2. So elevated plank number 2 is when you put your, excuse me, when you put your hands on the floor and feet on the carriage. This is something you cannot do on the Mega, because on the Mega sits too high off the floor. Okay, so the Mega is about 18 inches off the ground, 1.5 feet, versus the Micro, which is 5.5. So that foot difference makes a big difference, right? So hands can be on the floor, but the hands can be anywhere on the floor. Go ahead and move your hands forward. That's a plank 2 also. If I was 7 feet tall, I would probably need to put my hands that far out. Do you understand why? Oh, I don't know. It is too much for my brain. It's going to explode. Why, if I'm so tall, would I need to put my hands further out? All right, we have some answer. Can I do the plank pike on my forearms? Yes, of course. Do I get the same benefit? Yes, you will get the same benefits. It's going to be easier. For pregnancy, is there a suggestion modification for planks? Yes, definitely on the knees and on the hands. Yes, you want to reduce the stress. But to go back to my question, if I was 7 feet tall, I would need to put, you're welcome. If I put my knees, sorry, if I was 7 feet tall and I put my hands on the floor, why would I need to put my hands so much further out than, let's say, Heather? Heather could do the plank to pike and have her hands directly next to the platform. But at 7 feet tall, I would need to put my hands probably right over here, about 10 inches out. Why? Can someone give me the answer? Because you need more space for the carriage. Yes, thank you, Sanas. Yes, you need more space, okay? When you're 7 feet tall, you're going to need to accommodate for the range of motion. So the carriage over here has a 42 extension, okay? So, sorry, a 40-inch extension. The carriage can only travel about 40 inches back and forth. So if you're so tall, you're going to have to put your hands further forward so you can accommodate for that 40-inch of travel distance. All right, so hands on the floor, okay? We have the feet on the carriage. We call this elevated plank number 2. And what we're going to do here is stay in that position. So elevated plank number 2, you stay in that position, or you can go into a pike position, okay? If you pike on that position or from this position, same thing. You want to keep the shoulders in the sockets. You want to keep the arms straight, but the elbows are slightly bent so that the triceps absorb the impact, not the elbows. And again, you're going to pull from your tailbone. Shoulders are not moving at all in space, right? And they stay in the socket. And when you go into a plank, you want to make sure that your body stays aligned, all right? So essentially, it's the same exact exercise as plank number 1, except for the one difference is that when you have your hands on the ground. Now, when you have your hands on the ground, it's more difficult to anchor your hands. If you put your hands on the sand or on the grass, that's different. You can actually just even dig your hand into the dirt. That's totally fine. But on the flat surface, like a wooden floor, you're gonna have to have your hands flat on that. Some people can use dumbbells. You can use dumbbells and use the dumbbells to keep your wrist aligned. That's fine too. We're gonna stay in that position here. The adjustments are the same. You can lean on your elbows on this one, and then you can also kneel on the carriage as well. So that would be an ultra modified version, the plank number 2. Okay. But the reason I would put my hands on the floor is really for the next animation. So go ahead and click play on that one, Christian, and then put it on the infinite so it keeps playing around. So this is called the walking plank. Okay, so that's what I was very excited when I created the micro. I wanted people to do walking plank. I wanted to do other types of planks that you could not do on the Mega. But everyone on the micro wants to recreate exactly what's taught on the Mega. Okay, it's like when you buy a Jeep and you want to use it like a Lamborghini. It ain't gonna fucking happen, guys. So we're doing our best. to make this more a Lamborghini experience for you. Okay, although there's nothing wrong with Jeep. I love Jeeps too. Okay. But so this is a plank, a walking plank. You need to try this. When you're on the micro, this is the plank I want you to do. I don't want you to do the same fucking plank you do on the mega. You can do this on the fucking mega. Try this on the micro. Walking plank, amazing functionality. Can I get a top view, please? Look at this. Look at that right there. And then so when you go back and forth like this, now you want to keep that same alignment, same straight line. That spine doesn't really move. There you go. You have two versions of the walking plank. The walking plank that Heather's doing right now, or if you flare your elbows out, you have the gator walk. That's gator walk right there. Okay. Yes, gator walk. And I love gator walk. Gator walk is definitely going to put a lot more emphasis on the delts and the triceps, and you can see them. Woo, good. Excellent. You take a little break. That's gator walk. And it's fantastic. It's a great variation on the plank, and you should definitely do it. This is perfect for the micro. There's another variation also of the plank that you can do called the escalator plank. Okay, and the escalator plank is literally when you just walk down and then you walk back up. Really good. Now, when you start to add the movement of the arms, you're going to get a lot more fatigue and a lot more exertion in your arms, and that's totally fine, especially in the triceps. And if you really want to work the triceps, never straighten your arms, always keep them bent, and then clip your elbows close to your body, and you're going to really get the belly of the triceps. I love this one. I think the escalator plank is a great addition to our growing library of exercise. You like that? Very nice. You can rest on your elbows. Any questions? Yeah, I love this walking plank. Yes, walking plank is really awesome. And also, I much prefer the reverse walking plank, which we'll do, in a moment, when you work against the springs. All this exercise, I'm recommending a black spring, but again, the white spring is going to be better. Why? Because the white spring is going to give you less support. And especially when you do this exercise on the back end against the tension, the white spring is going to be much better. Any questions about this exercise so far? No? Has anyone here tried the walking plank? Yes? You have done it? Yes? Good. Do you like it? Yes? Good. Perfect. Yeah. And these exercises right here, you'll see that when you get back on the mega, it's actually going to make the exercise on the mega easier. This is going to build up great strength. Let's go back into the plank number 2, elevator plank number 2. So when you're in that position, of course, you can do your walking plank, you can do just the plank, or you have your other variations. What other variations that we have? We have the hips, when you raise the hips up and down, so plank to pike, which we just covered. So that's going to be basically the same as the plank to pike number 1. Okay. You can also do the bear. So the bear this is why I love to do the bear and the planks together. They work so well together. I mean, with between the planks, the bear, the walking planks, all that stuff, I mean, you have literally a whole core routine there. You can go on and on and on and on, no problem. So that's the bear. When you do the bear, again, same thing. You're looking to that the shoulders stay in the sockets, open space in the neck. Shoulders are not moving. You're going to keep your hips and your shoulders completely aligned. Remember to keep the natural the natural neutral spine, so the S-shaped curve, right? And then you're pulling from the knees. Another variations you can do from this one is you can have legs alternating. So keep your legs straight. You can lift the right leg up and then the left leg up, right? So that's another variations. You can also tap the floor. So, and then we have the animations for these ones, right? So look for them on the exercise library, but all these ones are there. You can actually keep your feet right here. Now you can lift one hand forward, woo, and on the other hand, oh my God, look at that, excellent. You can also the one when you lift the opposite leg and opposite hand. Oh shit. So, oh, okay, give a quick break over here. What's the big difference when you start to lift the opposite hand and the opposite leg? What else is that automatically engages? Tell me. muscle group that is automatically engaged by just lifting opposite hand. Yeah, stabilization. And what else comes with the stabilization? Yes, obliques. Thank you, Marilyn. I love you. Give you a big kiss right here from me. My big wet lips. You're gonna love it. So yes, obliques, guys. Fantastic. So, for example, let's say that you're doing a core series and you want to go into the obliques. This is a great little exercise to do in between to start to get your body prepared to do the obliques. And I love this one. So, one more time, and that's going to show you. And you can do it hands on the floor or hands on the platform. Opposite elbow, sorry, opposite leg, opposite arm. Very nice. Good. Now, if you dare on, you could probably do this lifting both legs and both arms at the same time. We're laughing, but I've seen him do it actually. Did we capture this or no? We didn't do capture that. I don't think we did. Yeah. Oh yeah. Darren will do that. Darren will actually so fast that guy will actually go into he jumps up and then go back in a position. And the carriage is still in the same position. The carriage has that time to come back in. That guy's so fast. So, I say only the Zohan could do this, but now the Zohan and Daron can do that. Although the Zohan can probably beat Daron, I'm going to say. Okay. All right. So that's the plank right over here. You can also do, do you want to show, we'll do the plank, we'll turn around like this. For the static planks, so you can do a whole bunch of static planks on the micro. So here, let's go back into the one where you have your feet on the floor and the hands on the platform. So move your hands down. Yeah. So that's the static plank. The static plank is the planks that you do when basically there's no moving carriage. Why would you want to do this? Let's say that you're already in that position. You did some kind of exercise. You want to do a quick plank and you're there and you can do that. So for the static planks, feet on the ground, hands on the platform, anchoring the platform. You can lean on your elbows. You can kneel down if you want to. Right, so that would be the easiest form, and of course the elevated form would be the hardest one, keeping the same body alignment. Now Heather can move up and can keep her knees or feet on the floor but hands on the carriage. So now it's no longer a static plank because now the carriage, you'll have your hands on the carriage. In that position, by the way, you can also do a plank / wheelbarrow. You can move the carriage back and forth. Okay, that's another variation. I'm not sure if we have this animation. There are so many planks. I think 35 more. I will probably end up having all the animations in the way that point. But that's another variation of the reverse plank, and we call this the reverse plank. So you have your feet on the ground, and then you have your hands on the carriage, and you reverse because you're facing the back. Okay. In that position over here, same thing. You can lift one leg up, one leg down if you want to. So that's going to increase your instability. Okay. And then can you do the opposite hand on this one? Ooh, a little bit more difficult, but yeah. So this will be like way more difficult than the other ones because you're a lot less stable on the hands than you are on your feet. That's good. Leave it to Heather. She's going to do it. Nice. Okay, from that position, you have also bear, reverse bear that way, right? Okay. So again, the bear falls in the same family as the plank because essentially it's the same exercise, except that you are moving from the legs, but the engagement of the upper body is going to be identical to plank. And to pike, because your feet on the ground. Go ahead now, put your feet on the platform. So now that's a reverse plank 1, because now you have on the platform, hands, courage. Okay. Any questions so far? Audio challenge. Can you hear me? Lori? All good now? Okay, good. Perfect. Yes, let me know if there's an issue. Right, so plank, and then same thing over here. You can go on your elbows. Oh, I forgot about these variations. Up, up, down, down. When you kind of push yourself up, bring yourself down. That's kind of what inspired me to do the escalator plank, basically. But that's another one. Yes, you can walk the hands back and forth to carriage as well. I mean, literally, there are so many little variations, and they're all good. Yes. Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, so I normally don't use the handles when I do the plank, but I know Heather does. So that's another variations right here. Toes on the handles, hands on the carriage, and then you can stay in your plank position, or you can go from plank to pike. So here, this exercise is going to work very differently because now your feet are so much higher up. Look at the triceps, look at the lats, look at the shoulders, all working in that. Very good. But if you look at Heather, you'll see that the shoulders are always above the hands. As she moves the carriage forward and back, her alignment is not changing. Her upper body alignment is not changing. And look at those muscles sort of kind of pop everywhere. Shoulders, traps, you know, and yes. And then you can do this modification right there. Literally, guys, you can plank all day. The plank is, to me, not only a great exercise to target your abs, but it's a great exercise to strengthen your abdominal belt. So lower back, spine, lats, very important exercise. Nice. Well, since you're in that position, why don't we do a fucking push-up? Might as well. You know, if you're gonna go to this extension, might as well add a fucking push-up in there. There you go. See, no problem, no big deal. That's it. You can stop. It's good. Thank you. Look at that. So, a little applaud for Heather. Come on, guys. You know, she makes it look so easy, and that's the fucking problem. So we have people look at the videos and they're like, oh, I can do this. No, motherfucker, you can't. You know, 1 minute of planking is difficult. It really is. And especially for guys and for the all guys listening out there, the heavier you are, the more difficult it is. And you can use that as an excuse because I said so. And then I use that excuse all the time. Look, I'm 240 pounds. I can hold myself for 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Well, that's why I'm teaching the tutorial, see? All right, so planks over here. Then we can do the entire setup on the back end. So we'll do that. So for the back end, oh, hang on a sec. Today we have the white spring. I'll give you the white spring. That's white, no? We're missing, I think we're missing the gray spring. Yeah. This is that's white, no? Okay. So this is the, what do I call this? The giant plank. All right, giant plank, you have your feet, or giant plank number 2, because on this one we don't have the platform. You could put your feet on the platform. You don't have to, or you can put your feet on the floor, okay? You can keep the same body alignment, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles. Again, shoulders are in the sockets, arms are straight. The arms are straight, but the elbows are not locked, okay? Because I don't want the joint to do all the work. I want the triceps, because the triceps break down and then they repair and they get stronger. The joints don't, okay? So keeping a soft elbow and then keeping the shoulders in the sockets, and then that's the exercise. So that's the plank. Same thing over here. You can do the piking motion, right? If you do the piking motion, again, I want you to keep your hands, I want to keep your eyes on Heather's shoulders, and then see how the shoulders are always maintained above the hands. She is not redistributing her weight when she does this exercise. Her shoulders are always right above the wrist. And then she's literally pulling from the tailbone as if a cable was literally pulling up straight up to the ceiling. That's kind of the imagery, the visual that I want you to have when you do or when you teach this exercise. If you do it correctly, you're going to feel a deep engagement in your abdominal muscles, and that's the transverse abdominis. You will feel more the transverse abdominis on the back than on the front, because on the back, you are not only working against gravity, but also against the tension from the spring, okay? So you're going to get more strengthening of the abdomen on the back than you do on the front. Any questions so far? Yes, Heather rocks. Okay, perfect. Okay, so same thing over here. You can do the bear, yes. Okay, you can do the walking plank. This would be like a reverse walking plank, facing the front. Or actually, this would be like a giant walking plank number 2. Giant because you're facing that way. Feet are on the ground. Okay, very good. Perfect. You can do one leg up, one leg down, the whole thing, right? Everything that we did on the front of the micro, you can side to side. Excellent. When you do side to side again, you're getting, again, the obliques, right? So when you do this right there, you're getting a lot of oblique stimulation. So, if you're leading into the obliques, oh, I totally forgot about those ones. Fucking love those. Yes, what do you call those? Mountain climbers. Yeah, man, I totally forgot about those ones. You can do mountain climber when you, when we have the sliders, you can do the inner thighs there. There you go. You can do mountain climber from opposite knee to opposite elbow too, which is really good, right? This one right here like that. I mean, you could literally like an hour of plank on the micro if you wanted to every day. Although I think it get like pretty boring. Okay. Uh, let's go into the reverse walking plank with the feet on the carriage, hands on the floor. Okay. So reverse walking plank. I love this one. That's my favorite one. I'm actually thinking just for this exercise to do an extension for the rail. So you guys could have actually basically two rails and you could just keep on walking like this. And then maybe I could do a rail that is a mile long. So you could get your coffee at Starbucks, like walking that way and then walking back. What do you guys think? No? Is that too much? 1 mile? Be interesting. I don't know what's the longest mile people have, the longest you could do that for. Yeah. Okay, so modifying the back, knees. So if you can have your feet on the carriage, you put your knees on the carriage, right? And you keep just walking forward, walking back. Again, same body alignment. I'm going to tell you, this is the most boring tutorial for you guys because it's the same position all the time. We're only showing you the different possibilities, and we're still missing a lot because you could do this with your shoulders, right? You could tap the opposite shoulder. Let's do this one. Since we're getting creative over here, right? You could tap the opposite shoulders, right? Or you could just up, clap twice, once, not doing that. Yes. So just this one, okay? One hand up, one hand out. Yes. Okay, just like, pretty much anything you want to do. If you're going to teach this in a class, though, especially in a virtual class, I would recommend to stay away from the highly choreographed sequences because you're going to lose your audience. It's very easy to start to do this and do that and then do that, and then people are doing whatever the fuck I want at home, So just kind of keep it simple, I think, if you're going to teach that. But for you at home, when you use the machine, you have all kinds of options you can use. All right. We're going to shift gears and then we're going to go into another series that I absolutely love. And these are basically the side plank series. Okay. For the side planks, we're going to start with the normal one on the front over here. Okay. So you've seen that in the last class that I taught. Okay. Those are your traditional side plank. So that would be basically a basic alignment, right? And what I'm looking for again is that the chest, the hips, the knees, the ankles are all in a parallel alignment, okay? You could stay in that position or you could do things with your hand. You could wave that hand back and forth, okay? That's going to engage a little bit more the obliques. Oh, now you can get fancy with Heather and then have the hand and the leg. And that engages furthermore the left side, but also forces the right side to stabilize more. You can swing the leg back to back here. Christian, can we get a top view on this one? I love this one. When you do this, try not to move the hips and then really basically kick the leg around that point. You can move both left and right hip. So as you move your left leg forward, move your left arm forward, and then kind of swing back. There you go. I mean, like I said, you can get very creative, but if you're going to start doing all these movements, make sure that the most important thing is what's happening over here, that between the ribs and the hips, that this part over here, the abdominal belt, is completely stabilized. You don't want the hips to kind of start to do their own thing as well. So when you start moving your arms and your legs, make sure that the trunk remain stable. Okay, very important. Darren is asking me a great question. He's asking, I say, Heather has been planking for 35 minutes. How long should a non-superhuman plank for each day? Very good question. I'm telling you, I'm going to submit Heather to break the world record. I guarantee she can break the 5 hours easily because she's not breaking a sweat over here. I honestly think if you do a minute a day of plank, it might not sound a lot, but physiologically, right, for just your health purposes, for your spine, your muscle, a minute is plenty. A minute is enough. A minute always per exercise because at a minute you start to trigger your cardiorespiratory system, and this is when the workout becomes a muscular endurance workout. So a minute was would I recommend. But if you want to work yourself up to 5 minutes, I think 5 minutes would be a fucking great, and you would achieve it very quickly too, because you are essentially strengthening the slow twitch muscle fiber, which responds really well to this, and then you're going to see a rapid progression within 2 or 3 weeks. Here, listen, I don't know how long you're doing on the, and that comment is for Darren. I don't know how long you're doing the plank for right now, but if you do this, I'm sure you could reach at least 5 minutes in the next 2 or 3 weeks for sure. Your body will come, assuming that it doesn't. If you have any pain in the lower back, remember, or so if you have any pain in that lower back over here, right, little sucker, on your knees until you strengthen both, the abs and the lower back. If you don't have any pain in the lower back, just I'm sure you could go up to 5 minutes very quickly. Yes. So let me know. Let us know. You have another question? Can you do the elbows out again? What is that benefit? Sure. The elbow out, you need to, yeah, you probably need gloves, well, depending it depends how often you vacuum your house, honey. So here the floor is dirty. Yeah, so we definitely need some gloves. No, okay, Josette, you want you wanted to do like a side plank with the elbows out, or you're looking like for these ones where the arms are out? Walking plank. Oh, the alligator. This one, right? Yes? Okay. So the benefit of this is you get more triceps and shoulder engagement. That's the real benefit. So this is now strengthening the arms a lot more when you do this exercise. But I really want you to really exaggerate, and then go down, absorb, and then go down. And when you are at that angle right over here, you can see the triceps really flexing. That's the triceps you're working. A lot of triceps and real delts for this. So you could do elbows in and then kind of walk up, or elbows out like this, and this will be more triceps and shoulder activation, and also chest, because this is kind of at that point, because Heather also gets really low, and you can get like a push up as well. Okay, Darren, thank you. My wife and I have planking off, and I can do at least 5 minutes now. Oh, there you go. See, perfect. Well, maybe you should try to break the next record. I guarantee you could train to work to break the worldwide record on the micro for the plank, because this is a plank machine. So especially when we are introducing the ramp at the end of the year, and then you'll be able to do all these exercises and as at an incline. Okay. So I'll show you the side plank. I'm going to show you a static side plank. So if you cannot do the plank that Heather showed you, this would be the easiest side plank. So the easiest side plank, or the easiest plank on the micro, is the one, or are the ones where you have your hands and feet on the platform and then the floor, nothing on the carriage. Why? Because when you have your hands or feet on the carriage goes back and forth, and it's harder to stabilize, and it's basically a core stabilizer, which is more difficult. Okay, so this will be the less difficult when you have your elbow on the platform, or put your knees on the floor. So that would be the easiest side plank, okay, that we have right now on the tutorial. Okay, so if the Heather puts her hand now on the platform, we're getting a little bit more difficult. Oh no, the other hand, the left hand. There you go. So that would be basically a little bit more difficult. Okay. But now we're going to show you the other planks, the planks that I love. We have Sea Dragon, Hammerhead. We have fucking A. We got so many. So if you have not done these at home, I highly recommend that you try right now. We're going to start you off easy. We'll do Hammerhead. Okay. So if you've dove with hammerheads, you'll see that the hammerheads are always, the way they swim, they kind of scope like this with their eyes. So this is a very similar exercise, hammerhead. So you can from side to side, and then so zero spring. So you could do this one, two options. Option number one, if you only want to do it one time facing one way, do it without the spring. Can we get a top view, please, Christian? There you go. So look at Heather's position with the feet not moving. So she's literally moving around this pivot point, okay? And great way to get lateral stimulation on the obliques. If you feel Heather's obliques, They are on fire right now, okay? And then she's only moving from side to side, okay? If you want to, you can do it with the white spring. So now we're going to show you the white spring. The white spring is only 5 pounds when it's fully extended. The full extension is at the rear platform. So now what's going to happen is she's going to start working basically more, I think it's the right side or the left side on this one? The left side, huh? Yes. Because we haven't done that yet. The black spring was just too heavy before. Left side. So now if you have the one white spring, you're going to have to do the same exercise facing the other way. So if you did a minute this way, then go ahead, turn around and then face the opposite direction. Yeah. And you have to do a minute facing that way. Okay. Automatically. If you have 0 spring, you only need to do it one way. That's it. It doesn't matter which side of the micro, it's all going to be the same. But if you have the spring attached, especially the white spring, okay, and you can work yourself up to the black and the gray and the red, then you're going to have to do it both ways, facing the 2 direction. You guys see why? Marilyn, you love these? No springs, yeah. Is white spring the same as the red spring, meaning more tension? The white spring is only 5 pounds. So when you fully stretch the carriage all the way out, you only get about 5 pounds of tension. With the red spring, you get almost 80 pounds. Yes, 80 pounds. So that's a lot of fucking weight. So 5 pounds should be enough, okay? And then, like I said, you guys should be able to get your springs, I think, next month. They're arriving soon, or they're already on the boat or something like that. Can I do the hammerheads on my knees? Yes, absolutely. So Sanaz and everyone else, Loy, so any exercise that we're showing you on the hands and on the feet, you can do it on the elbows and on the knees, all of them. So absolutely. So this would be baby hammerhead, or I don't know, maybe I gotta find a cuter name for that. Mini skinny hammerhead. Okay, because there's actually several types of hammerhead, and that would be a skinny one. Okay, so skinny hammerhead right there. You can also do the same exercise turning around. Oh, you can do it on the hands like that. Yes, absolutely. Yes, so you can do the hammerheads on the elbows. You can do it on the hands. This is going to be way more difficult now, because what happens over here is you have more points of connection. Instead of being from your elbow, now you're on your hands. So you're resting on your hands. You have the elbow and then the joints. You have more joints in the chain. So this is going to be harder to stabilize. Okay, and then same thing over here. You want to anchor your hands on the carriage. Great oblique stabilizer. And then we have the other one called the Sea Dragon. The Sea Dragon is basically the opposite. Sea Dragons, or Sea Serpent, yeah. We'll have to come with a Sea Dragon. All right, you like it? All right, so this is Sea Serpent, guys. So the same thing. Now you have your hands on the floor. You have your feet on the carriage, and it's the same lateral motion of going from side to side, okay? Your obliques, right? They love this type of exercise. They were born, they were created, whatever, to do this kind of movements. These are movements that we almost never do. And a lot of people suffer from weak obliques. I really think that a lot of people have back pain and all that stuff because they never ever work the obliques. Most of the people never work the abs to begin with, but they never work the transverse, because the transverse is a very specific type of abdomen to train, and they certainly never work the obliques. I've seen the best abs when people are on the megaformer do the oblique twist, the kneeling torso twist, which is like, love this exercise. Okay, this is fantastic. And doing the mermaids, mermaid is also a fantastic exercise for the obliques. And of course, the twister, right? The French twist, these exercises are fantastic on the mega. So when I teach in my classes, you're guaranteed to do some of those oblique exercise. But if not, I think most people completely ignore the obliques, and it's a big mistake. And I think the obliques are very, like the psoas as well, very misunderstood muscle. Psoas, obliques, transverse abdominis, a part of not only creating a fantastic, beautiful, sexy physique, but it's also part of your health. You really need to do this, and not once a month. You need to do this on a regular basis. What's happening between basically your trunk, between your ribs and your knees is very important. It might not be very sexy, but it's very important to train. Okay, so right now we have the Sea Serpent. You can do it on your knees. Okay, so same thing over here. When you do the Sea Serpent, your upper body is not moving. It's only the lower body. You can do it on your hands, on your elbows, on your feet, on your knees. All right. If you're on your elbows and on your knees, it's the ultra modified way of doing the exercise. So I don't think you have anyone. Doesn't matter of the age, doesn't matter of the height, doesn't matter of the weight. Anyone can do this exercise. Okay, if you are on your knees or on your elbows, and again, great exercise to work the mobility of your spine, to work all these very important paraspinal muscles. And all you need to do is a minute. That's it. You don't need to do this like aggressively 2 hours a day. Just for functional health, you do a minute and you're golden. Really good, really important, really good exercise. And now we have all huh? The side sweeps. So if you love the hammerhead and the sea serpent, you're going to love the side sweep. And again, you can get as creative as your mind allows you. So I'm a very vanilla guy, so I do the obvious and nothing more, right? Feet on the ground or knees on the ground, elbows on the carriage, and for me, that's good enough. But for some of you out there, you want to get a little more fancy, so you can. So you can sit in that position, lift the left leg up, and now you can get to town. So what can you do in that fucking position? Give me like 10 different variations you guys can do. Come on. Waiting in the chat box. And then while we're waiting for your comment, Heather is going to come up with her own variation because Heather is a master at just recreating and recreating and recreating. Look at this. Now I haven't seen that one yet. That's a walking side sweep. This is the first time I see it for you guys right now. See? Aren't you look at that? But these exercise guys are super functional. Lori's covered fitness for so many years. She'll tell you these ones are so good for you. I mean, these are not only going to create a fantastic abdomen, they're going to give you the lines you've always wanted, assuming that you're not 300 fucking pounds. But sorry, I have to say that, if it's, but they are incredibly functional for your health. These kind of movements right here, they were going to work your spine. If you have any kind of pains or whatever in the lower back, do some maybe some weaknesses or whatever. These types of movements are going to address that. And then you have I'm going to show you this one because I'm going to get my body cam on that one. Here, go ahead, try this. So look at how now you have the hip raise. I totally forgot about this. So that, by the way, you can do it on any side plank, right? So that's it. And this addresses right over here. You have the obliques over here. Obliques love this because right now the obliques are not only stabilizing the spine, but now they're also responsible for that lateral movement. When you do exercise like this, you are addressing all the functionality of the obliques in one exercise. And this is why when you do this type of movements, you can see a dramatic reduction in the waist because you're tightening those muscles. It happens so effortlessly. Yeah, I love that. All right, let's see. None of you has come up with suggestions. What is this? Is there a count? Can you face upward? All right, is this, okay, so is there a 4 count for the sea serpent and hammerhead? Yes, 4 counts. Well, actually, if there's no movement whatsoever, you're just going to hold it there for the minute. You'll do the 4 counts if you have to move forward or back, or if you move from side to side, then you'll do the 4 counts. Is the same principle of slow control movement for these? Yes, always, absolutely. Unless I specify it's a fast twitch exercise, which we'll do explosively, I'll specify that. But right now, everything we've done, especially for the plank, slow twitch. And by the way, your trunk, your abdominal muscles in the trunk are made of mostly slow twitch fibers. So if you want to really get a quick response from your abdomen, you actually have to do many, many, many repetitions because it responds really well for under timer tension. So this is why we do a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. The longer time you do, the slower you go, the more benefit you will get for your abdominal muscles because that's what they are, all kind of slow twitch muscles. Can you face upward with just slight bend in the arms, almost a dig position without the, oof. All right, I don't think I understand this one. Can you face upward? Oh, you're talking about the other way around. She wants you to face this way. You could, yeah, like this, yeah. Like this, Josette, like a bridge. Josette, yes, okay. You could do that one, yes. This is going to be different though. It's going to work in a different way. We did, yeah. I just think it's a little awkward, but it would work. The one thing is I would definitely want you to find a way to relax your throat and your neck. Yeah, it just feels a little weird on the thing, but you could. I mean, otherwise you could. Yes. Okay. And you could do facing the other way too, where you have your hands on the floor and then your feet on the carriage. Turn around one more time. There you go. That's way. Yeah. That might be better now on your neck. It looks like it's less strain, but I'm not sure. No? Better the other way. You could, but there's something kind of looks a little weird when you do this exercise. It feels a little hard on the neck. Yes. But you could. Can you lay on your back, hold a crunch on carriage and shoulder bridge, then lateral move side to side? Oh, okay, yes. So you put your shoulders on the carriage and go into a bridge. That would probably be better. Yes, like this. Yes. You could do that. Yes. This one, Doretta? I think that it would be much better. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? If you keep feet together like this, right there, and then try side to side, you could. I would like that. I probably like that version better because your neck is more supported. Yes, but I like that. But physiologically speaking, you can see obliques are working. Yeah, very good. Good suggestion. I like this one actually. Yes, you see, it's all about community. It's all collaborating and coming of cool shit. This way. Oh, there you go. I like that too. You could do that. Oh yeah. So that would be good for glutes and obliques. Yes, glutes, hamstrings, and obliques. That would be good. I was thinking more of moving legs side to side with legs straight. Hang on a sec. I was. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Oh, the legs straight. So she was thinking the legs straight. So you go like into like a swan kind of thing. As if I know what a swan was. Yeah, like this. There you go. Like that, right, Josette? Yes. It's a little hard, but again, something I can see all the straining. I see a lot of strain in the neck, and I just don't like it. When I teach my classes, a couple of things I'm looking for is always the slouching of the lower back. You know, people who just have like this weird shape in that lower back, and then the straining on the neck. You know, uh, and I always want to keep the necks relaxed and the lower back relaxed. Um, yeah. So, oh yeah, well you have walking bear. Okay, so that's panda. We call it panda bear. This one. Oh, very soon, guys. When you look at the animation on Lagree Home, you'll see for each animation which has a name of an animal, we're going to have a little animal in the background. Yeah, since we're killing half the planet, might as well just put this animation on the animations to remember them. Yeah, so that's basically that's side plank over here. So again, you have, and then we have the, yeah, we have the panda. We have, yeah, this. Oh, there you go. Oh, I like that. Can you guys, Christian, can you? I love these. So that in Pilates, you call this a snake, actually. Yes, but they're actually really good. Can we get a top view? Yeah. So look at the obliques. Oh, I love this. Now Heather also has got a good point of view. That, by the way, guys, not this year. Next year, I'm coming. We have too much shit coming out this year. I'm going to make a. I'm going to make a what do you call this? A mat, huge mat that goes way around the micro with points, and then that way you can use the mat for reference. There will be like a special place to put the micro on the mat, and then after that you can use the different points for all this exercise, because that is a great exercise actually, the one she's doing right over here. I love that one. The key though is to select the same point on the other side. So you might have to start bringing your rulers and your triangle and all your geometry tools, and then you're gonna have to start making like pentagrams on the ground Just make sure you don't summon any demons, because that is not part of Lagree, okay? So we don't summon any demons when we do Lagree. All right, but look at this one. Do another side view right over here, not top view. So those are great ones. So that's a combination of basically a plank and a twister. So excellent work for the obliques. And you know what? We should do like maybe like an oblique, just an oblique workout. Would you guys want us to do this? Would you want us to teach just 40 minutes of just obliques? Yes? Yes? Okay, we'll do that. Because I got to tell you, when you do that, and you can look at, you know, Heather's abs already popping out, but now she's doing this, you can literally just see, that's the line. That line over here, that's the line I'm talking about. You will get that line so quickly doing exercise like the one she showed you. And also, well, you know, if we're going to show this one, let's show the twister then. Because the twister is literally like a side plank. Yeah. Except that the twister, this is easier than if you have your hands on the platform or on the floor. Okay, so that would be the easiest version. That's more difficult. And then when you have your hands on the floor, that would be the hardest. But this is now very similar to what Heather was just showing you, with the feet on the floor on the side and then the hands on the carriage. It's the same movement. And it's all targeting the rotation of the ribs in relation to the hips, and it's all about the lateral stabilization of the spine. So it's just incredible movement to shape your abdomen. So yes, very good. What else do we have for the planks? Shit, Maestro, what do we have here on the animation? We did so much, I kind of forgot now. What time is it? Oh, it's 5:59 already. Shit, 6 p.m. Okay, so all right, so we're kind of right there on the hour. I really feel though that you guys play with this center stretcher. Yes. Hey, Sarah. Huh? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, the whole time I've been disappearing. There's like this talking voice, you know, the voice of Lagree. Anyway, so that's 1 hour, but we could definitely come up with more stuff for the planks, because this is like the ultimate machine. Remember, guys, when I made the micro, this was really for planks, because I thought, man, there was so much stuff that I wanted to teach on the mega that I couldn't. And so try all these exercises. You'll love it. Try them in a series, you know, try them in a sequence. The next workout that we'll do obliques next Tuesday. Okay. We're doing obliques next Tuesday. We don't do planks. Next Tuesday is not a workout. It's just a tutorial, right? Yeah. So next Tuesday, guys, we're gonna, at what time? Same time? Okay. 5 p.m. Tuesday. We'll do an obliques tutorial. You will probably re-see some of this exercise, just because I'm lazy. So I'll just redo them, re-show you that stuff. We have some new obliques. Yeah, I mean, that's, yes, there's, well, yeah, because you also have the cables. Yeah. And I told you, we didn't show you the plank. If you have another minute, I'm going to show you one more exercise for the plank. You guys are going to fucking love, which is a different one. Let's do a cable here. So, oh, what had put the, oh shit, it was on the other one. Hang on a sec, is this? This is a different one though. It won't hooked. You need these ones. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to show you one more variation, because it's actually pretty cool. This is when you combine a plank with the cables. So Heather's going to go into a plank position on the back. You can do the tricep. Yeah. On feet, and then this one. So then this is when you have reached superstatum status, okay? You are a fucking legend. And that's the next type of exercise you can do right there. Amazing. Yeah, feet apart, feet together. We haven't shown you, but these are other variations that you can do with the plank. I didn't want to show that today, just kind of, and then you can do leg up. And now let's do like the Zohan. No arms up. Come on, you can do it. All right, guys. Well, this is all that we have for you today. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, recommendations, suggestions, please let us know. Next tutorial is going to be next Tuesday, 5 p.m. So we're doing obliques. If you have any specific oblique exercise you want us to cover or go over, please email us at info@lagreefitness.com, or you can email us at lagreepr@gmail.com. Some of you are using this thing. And then inner thighs workshop. Yes, we will have inner thighs. But the inner thighs, come on, guys. It's going to be like, you got some new ones? Okay, all right. All right, so, okay, we'll do an hour of inner thighs. I'm so glad that Heather is going to be, okay, we'll do inner, and I'm glad that Heather's going to be demoing that because I could not do my inner thighs for an hour. I can't even do it for a minute. All right. We'll do another strap workshop. Absolutely. Great. Yes, please forward us all your ideas, and eventually we will cover everything. Okay. Want to make sure you have a good time on the micro. You guys are welcome. Thank you for coming today. And then we'll see you next time. If you have any questions, just don't hesitate. All right. We're here for you. Okay. And it's a lot of fun. And if you have some exercise you want to share, whatever, please just use this format as well. Let us know. We'll, yes. All right. Bye. Thank you. You guys are awesome. We love you. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye, Mika. Bye, everyone. Bye, Rachel, Sanaz, Jean, Marilyn. Bye. Doretta. Bye.